Previously on Accelerate, we reviewed the 2021 Land Rover Defender 90, but today we've got another Bronco. This is our third Bronco on the channel. Yes, this is the 2021 Wildtrak. This is exciting because this is the third Bronco we have on our channel. Yes, we did the Badlands, we did the Outer Banks, and finally we get a Wildtrak, but not a four-door, a two-door. Yes, and it comes with the bigger engine because the Wildtrak is standard with the 2.7, not the 2.3, which means you cannot get manual transmission. This is a Baja-style off-roader, similar to the Raptor that we reviewed last. Now we've already gone pretty in-depth on the Bronco with our other two videos, so I'm going to specifically focus on the Wildtrak. If you're trying to find our other two videos, well, just look for the lights. But this is the Bronco that I like. This is the one that I really wanted to get because of this bar. Like, this just looks so meaty and aggressive compared to like soft and elegant like that. Then even the Outer Banks, it didn't look aggressive. Like, look at these fender flares. And it has the all steel bumper, which is awesome. I just love how meaty and aggressive this thing is. And as well, they didn't just make it all rugged. They gave us a nice, high polished black, massive grille with the obviously Bronco nameplate underneath that. So yes, it is sweet and clean. And this is my favorite Bronco because it has lettering on the hood. Wildtrak. So under the hood, we've got a 2.7 liter V6 that makes 330 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque when you use premium fuel. Regular fuel, well, don't ask me. Quick drag race just for the fun of it. Bronco against Defender. Similar motors, let's go. 3, 2, 1, foot to the ground. Oh my God. Bronco is gone. Half a car length. Did I say Bronco? I thought it was in the Bronco. Oh, the Defender is gone. Yeah. The Defender would beat me by about, I'd say about a car length on the quarter mile. So the real difference really between the Wildtrak and the Badlands is the fact that this doesn't have sway bar disconnect, because that is really designed for slow raw crawling, and that's why you'd buy the Badlands and not this Wildtrak. The Wildtrak is a little bit for more speed and a little bit more jumps like the Baja stuff. Well, it does have electronic differentials though, front and back. Yeah, that's cool. So moving along the side here, yes, this has a Sasquatch package, so you have 35-inch tires with bead lock capable tires, which essentially means that when you deflate these tires and you don't want to have too much movement or you don't want the tire to come off the rim, you actually just bolt them into the tire. That's what bead lock is. Now moving along the side here, this doesn't have any rock guards. You just simply have a step in because this is the more jumpy version and a little bit maybe more luxurious because you actually get carpet inside and not just a rubberized floor. This does have a 360 camera. It has nice painted shiny black mirror caps, but the hardtop, this is it. This is key. This looks so good with the hardtop, not the soft top. So to feel a bit more personalized with your Wildtrak, you say Wildtrak right there. Nice little decal. I like that. It's a nice little touch, and of course your little side Wildtrak sticker you get there. Now this is an accessory ready vehicle. All Broncos are, so you can see right there, accessory ready. You can stick your accessory here and you can tie it to your little tie down there at 150 pounds. But the coolest part that I like about this compared to that over there is the fact that this has frameless windows. You can take this whole door out, not the easiest, but you can take it out and it feels very flexible and light. Funny thing about Broncos, if you want to put the windows up, you can't because it's in the center console. As far as gas goes, you can put in 16.9 gallons in the two-door and 20 gallons in the photo. But the coolest part about this is the fact that this big, huge monster 35-inch tire takes up 3/4 of the visuals when you're looking at it in the back. The cool part about it is you can tow 3,500 pounds. But the cooler part about it is that the fact that this thing opens up all the way till here. Now you're probably watching this video because you want to know how much room there is behind the back seats of this Bronco. But before I tell you that, I want to tell you that there's not a steel bumper back here. This is a rubberized sort of plasticky bumper on the back of this. It does have your parking sensors, and as I mentioned, this thing does have 360 camera. So how much room do we have back here? Because that's important to know. So let's dig and find out. You have 21 inches as far as depth goes. As far as width, you've got 42. And as far as height's kind of a tricky one, because if you look, this hardtop actually is kind of a strange one on the inside. We've got about 3 feet, but come take a look at this hardtop. It's like this is the shell. The shell doesn't actually go all the way back because it look kind of weird when the hardtop's off. It still has an angular soft top sort of visual on the shell, or the, I guess, the roll cage of the Bronco, but totally throwing me off. Now this one has a nice fancy rubberized mat, but what's underneath? How much storage do we actually have? Not a whole lot, but you actually have a little bit of piece, and there is a drain plug here, so you can pull this out and you can drain whatever's inside there. You can barely fit maybe 4 sandals, 2 sets of sandals, and there's all your jack stuff and tie downs. And you got a lasso over there. 4 lassos. So how much room do we have when we put the seats down? Now this is the strangest seat configuration I've ever seen in any car, period. I pull this handle and it folds this way, and I put the seat down and it literally stops right there. And that is the good news. Here's the bad one. When I did the exact same on this one, that's how much we got. It is not flat whatsoever. It's basically like a slide. Why is that? And why is this one different than that? Well, the bottom seat on the front actually slides out probably about 6 inches to give you that extra flatness. So you get this versus this. So this is the hardtop. Now, this can fit inside the back of the vehicle, but how heavy is it? It weighs about 14 or 15 pounds, so it's decent. It's not the lightest thing in the world, but it feels quality, that's for sure. This is insulated, as you can see, because you got carpet on the inside, and it's supposed to help when you're on the highway. Let's jump in the back seats. All right, back seat time. Forward. What's up with this cup holder? It's literally right where my elbow goes, right here, like normal sitting position, right here. Now, there is a little step here that I can actually put my arm, but it's behind me, so I have to do one of these. I was like, go on, yeah, cool, not. Because you have all this plastic right here. So for people that are gonna tell me, well, the wheel's right there and they can't do it. Wrong, the wheel's actually right here. They could just extend this part so I could actually put my whole arm over here and then the cup holder right here. And if I was a child, it's not any better. And it's also not better that when I'm sitting, my body's faced that way, but my legs are twisted towards the front seat because the only way I can put my feet is right here. So I'm sitting like this. I cannot put my leg here because there's a seat rail and then there's a center console and then there's obviously the center shaft. So am I complaining? No, I'm just simply telling you what you can and can't do. As far as the connectivity, there is a USB, a USB-C, and then a full plug you can just plug right in. And then when I was talking about that back seat with the seats fold down, this is how you do it. You basically just pull this handle and voila, this is what you get. A little bit more room when you put the seat down. So on the outside, cyber orange, but they take some of the cyber orange and give it to you in this door panel. That is a cool feature. I really like the fact that I take the color on the outside, put it on the inside, so I keep that vibe. As far as the inside goes, yes, this is not the vinyl that you get in the Badlands. That is more designed to be rock crawling, a lot of mud and dirt. In here, as I mentioned, do have carpet, so you have to kind of clean it a little bit more. It's not really designed to be wet, muddy, and dirty because this is for jumps, remember? But as far as inside goes, really comfortable. This obviously does have the luxury package. This is sort of as jammed as you can get. And here are other upper buttons for your electronically locking differential. Boom, boom, and more boom. As far as connectivity goes, you simply just drop your phone in there because it has wireless charging. It also has USB-C and USB regular. Now, see this 12-inch screen? You do have wireless CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. You don't have to plug it in because this is Sync 4. This also does have GOAT mode, so as far as your driving feel and adjusting and all that fun stuff, you simply turn this greatest of all time, or what Ford likes to call goes over anything mode. So if I start right at the top, it has normal, then of course eco, because what's the world without eco? Then you have sport, and they all don't come with sport. Moving up, you have slippery, mud ruts, sand, and of course Baja, because we are in a Wildtrak. But I want to show you one quick thing that's unique to this Bronco in Canada. You see, we reviewed the Raptor last time, and it had an American flag on the side, but only for American vehicles. I couldn't find it in our Canadian Raptor, but this thing has the American flag right there. Sweet! Now let's take this Wildtrak for a ride and feel this 2.7 liter. 2021 Bronco Wildtrak 2.7 liter. Finally, the bigger motor, smaller wheelbase, lighter, more power, more fun. Foot to the ground. Oh, that's, wow, this transmission is smooth. Now, I have major beef with the F-150 10-speed transmission, but this makes me feel like, hey, this is good. It's good. It's smooth. Foot to the ground again. Not the fastest thing in the world. I can't honestly think that the 2.3 was really slow. I felt the 2.3 was decent. It was a little bit on the slower side, but it was decent. It was like fair. This thing is not overwhelmingly fast for me to think, man, I have to get the 2.7. That's my first initial reaction. It's fair, not fast, fair. As far as the ride goes though, it is not bumpy. It's very smooth. They've done a good job with the suspension. It's nice and soft. It's just the wind noise. There's a lot of wind noise. So I feel like if you buy one and drive it on the highway a lot or freeway, it's gonna be tough because there's a lot of wind noise. Unless of course the top is down and you don't expect to talk to anybody. Then totally makes sense. That's the vibe, the feeling. But just sitting on the highway going back and forth to work, be a tough one. All right, so a little bonus footage for you guys. Yes, I said on the highway, it's not the best, it's so loud, but we are here in 166 acres of Darin Nooren's off-road adventure. And it is wet and muddy and muddy. But this is where the Bronco shines. Look, it's just a dream. Nice and, oh my God, so fun, so fun. This is why you buy a Bronco. Oh man, it is just a machine. Oh, what? I was afraid to do this because I'm thinking, man, this is too deep for this Wildtrak, but I am lying. It is good. It just does a good job. And I haven't used the front differentials yet. The back one's on, but not the front. And I haven't need to since. I have not needed to. Now these 35-inch tires are awesome. Grabby, grippy, feel good. Now I did get stuck back there. Darin just bought 66 more acres of like more mud, and yeah, it was definitely treacherous, and I did get stuck, but I managed to wiggle my way out with the front electronic differential locks. So that worked. Throw some branches underneath, but it worked. And I'm out without being too muddy. Did not need a pull, which is the most important thing. Don't want to be embarrassed. But man, this is where it shines. So yes, I would say it sucks on the highway. It's so noisy. If you want to have a conversation with people inside it, good luck. It's just so noisy. But out here, this is where it's element. This is its element. This is why you buy a Bronco. Sweet. And up this little hill here, and oh, it's easy. Not even pressing any of the front diff locks or anything. This just does it. So all in all, my thoughts on the Bronco Wildtrak, it depends on where you live and how you're gonna use it. That's totally it. Even if you're not doing mudding, but you're not going on really long distances and all your drives are say like under 40 miles an hour, under about 80K, then you gotta get this thing. It is awesome, it's fun, easy to drive, got enough power. Yeah, you can't get in the manual, I wish you could, but you can't. But other than that, it's got all the toys that you need in a Bronco. Would you buy one is the question. Well, comment below and let us know.